What is an experience you had at a courthouse that you'll never forget? I got a $150 parking ticket, but when I tried to fight it, the judge made it personal. So I made it personal too. I was rushing to pick up my sick son from school. The nurse called saying he had a fever, so I drove there as fast as I could. The pickup lane was full, so I pulled into a red-painted curb for literally 2 minutes, ran inside, and got him. When I came out, a police officer was writing me a ticket for parking in a fire lane. I tried to explain, but he just said, "You can tell it to the judge." I figured it was a simple misunderstanding. I went to court a month later with the time-stamped text from the school nurse and my son's doctor's note. I waited 3 hours for my turn. When Judge Harrison called my name, he looked bored before I even started talking. I explained the situation calmly, showing him my phone. He didn't even glance at it. He just said, "Ma'am, fire lanes are for emergencies, not for your personal errands." I said, "It was an emergency. My son was sick." He looked at me over his glasses and said, "A fever is not a 4-alarm fire. Pay the fine." I was annoyed, but I pushed back a little. I said, "With all due respect, sir, the curb wasn't clearly marked, and I was there for less than 2 minutes." His face got red. He slammed his gavel down and said, "Your attitude is wasting this court's time. Fine, doubled to $300 for contempt. Next case." I was so angry I could barely see straight. I paid the $300, feeling completely powerless. A week later, I had to drop off some documents at the same courthouse. As I was leaving, I saw a shiny black Mercedes parked right in the fire lane by the main entrance, the same one I got a ticket for. And inside, I could see a little plaque on the dashboard that said, "Judge Harrison." I couldn't believe it. I took a picture with my phone. Out of curiosity, I drove by the courthouse the next day around the same time. The Mercedes was there again, in the same spot. I took another picture. I did this every day for a week. By Friday, I had 5 photos of Judge Harrison's car parked illegally in the fire lane. That night was the monthly city council meeting. I signed up for the public comment section. When it was my turn, I walked up to the microphone. I told them my story, how I was fined $300 for parking in a fire lane for 2 minutes to get my sick child. I told them how Judge Harrison lectured me about the importance of keeping fire lanes clear for emergencies. Then, I pulled out my phone. "I just want to thank the judge for teaching me such an important lesson," I said. "In fact, I've been so inspired by his commitment to public safety that I started documenting other violations." I connected my phone to the big projector screen, and I showed them the slideshow. Monday's picture, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, each one showing the judge's shiny black Mercedes parked in the exact same fire lane. You could have heard a pin drop. The city council members were staring at the screen with their mouths open. A reporter from the local paper started taking notes like crazy. The next day, the story was on the front page of the local newspaper with my pictures. The city council launched a formal ethics investigation into Judge Harrison. He was suspended for 3 months without pay, and every parking ticket he had issued in the last year was dismissed. 2 weeks later, I got a check in the mail from the city for $300.